What is up, guys? It's your boy Julius Apollo Music, and we have a very special guest today for my second video, Eden. We have the one, the only, Deryk. How? First of all, let me say thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this platform and start making my own videos with this beautiful background you got here. And it's beautiful to be full circle and having you as the guest on my very second Ren reaction.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Of course. You know, I love to see people that come on this show do their own thing. I can't wait till you pass me in subs, man. Then we can have a little competition. So, guys, hit that subscribe right now on Julius's channel. But, yeah, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. You guys have been asking for Eden. You're getting Eden.
Ooh.
Right now. That's what we're going to get into. They've been in the comments hammering. If you like this, put on Eden. And I'm just like, okay, that's what you guys are getting next. That's what we're going to get right into. And I'm going to pull a card out of your playbook.
All right.
Have you heard this before?
I haven't actually heard this one before.
What from the name, what do you think this is going to be about?
Well, you know, if you think about Ren, you know, a lot of his stuff is kind of like morbid, but it's also like kind of positive too. You know, he's saying like, society's like this, but we don't have to be like this. I think he's going to be talking about his Eden, maybe like how close he's been to death. You know, life is a little bit more beautiful when you've almost died.
Yeah. Like kind of seeing, like you said, Eden, and then going off of what you said, could be kind of like a beginning, a beginning of something. But knowing him, this might be the last one was a letter to God. That's what he was doing in that last one. So this one could be his, like you said, how he feels about the garden. He can take us anywhere, and that's what I love about this. Like, I'm excited. Just like we had the one earlier, you guys go check it out on his channel. Actually, the Back on 74. Oh my God,
banger,
beautiful. That one was so beautiful. Yeah, definitely check that one out.
Yeah, the harmonies on that one were intense.
It was beautiful. But we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna figure out what's going on here in a minute.
All right, let's go.
God had just created the heavens and the earth. He had the angels by his side, but they had no will of their own. And so the autonomy to love or reject him was never theirs. All but for one.
Wait, hold up.
The one's called...
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All right, I'm going to take that back. Let's take it back.
Bringer of light. Lucifer, morning star. Lucifer was the fairest and most intelligent of all the angels. He was the closest thing to God's image, and in his likeliness, Lucifer felt restless. He began to question and doubt God. He doubted the hierarchy imposed upon him. He felt God was arrogant. In his frustration, Lucifer built a throne that stood even above God's and declared mutiny. A war ensued. God, being all-powerful, came out the victor and banished Lucifer from the heavens and exiled him to earth. Once again, God was alone with his power. Perhaps from loneliness, perhaps from curiosity, perhaps from a desire to share love, God began to work on his greatest project yet, a being that would mirror himself, the human, two humans specifically, Adam and Eve. They were placed inside a paradise built for them on earth, the Garden of Eden. In the garden, God placed a tree that bared fruit that would grant anyone who ate it powers bestowed only to a God, to tell good from evil, left from right, to live righteously or to sin. He named this the tree of knowledge. God told Adam and Eve they could eat whatever they wanted in the garden, but never the fruit from the tree of knowledge. And if they disobeyed him, it would be punishable by death. The basic way the story of Eden is told is that Eve was tempted by Lucifer in the form of a serpent to eat a fruit from the tree of knowledge.
I'll pause it there because this one is about to get real. I've been waiting for it. You heard the little piano coming in?
I did.
You heard his voice change up a little bit?
Whispers.
Yeah, he's about to... It's a Ren Sunday school? Is that what's happening right now?
Ren's taking us to church.
He's taking us to church right now. And it's like, I like that he said that God sent him to earth. He didn't say he sent him to hell. He said he sent him to earth. I peeped that early on when he said that, and that's going to be important, obviously, as I'm sure all of us know the story. So let's.
To take it back a few seconds, you press the back left arrow, and then you press spacebar.
Tempted by Lucifer in the form of a serpent to eat a fruit from the tree of knowledge. Convinced, she bit the fruit. She passed it to Adam, and he did the same. Suddenly, ultimate knowledge filled their minds, and they realized they were naked and felt shame. God discovered this betrayal and felt angry. He exiled Adam and Eve and cursed them with the life of a mortal. They would work, they would bear children, and they would die. The fate of a human. Now look deeper.
In the story, the serpent tempted me by telling me I would gain ultimate knowledge and that God would spare me.
Both were true.
This wasn't some great deception, meaning that Satan, in the likeliness of God, perhaps understood his intentions. In fact,
The only lie uttered in the
Garden of Eden was
by God, who did not end up
condemning
Adam and Eve to death.
death,
This could be seen as an act of
mercy, but the sheer fact that the tree existed and that humans were
were initially cut off from this knowledge.
may imply some part of God was afraid that if humans were granted the gift of perception, they, like Lucifer, would have the power to reject him too. The fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
Grant this knowledge in the first place.
implies that a small part of
God, supposedly all-knowing.
perhaps wanted and intended
The humans to
Bite too.
In the Bible, Satan was an exiled angel of free will. Humans are exiled
descendants of Adam and Eve.
also with free will. Not only have we shared a similar fate to the devil, we were also both constructed
We
in the
were
image of
also
our
both
Creator.
constructed in the image of our Creator.
That's intense, man. that's like brainwashing right there.
It's not like wrong though, in the sense of a logical thinking human being. Like he's speaking from the perspective of, like, it's crazy. It's taking it there. I'll definitely say that. But like, that's why I stopped it right there.
Yeah,
He's about to like take it even further. And what did we just say? We said it's spinning.
I wonder when the music starts. But the spoken word it sounds like he's putting like robots, like scientists, himself in it, kind of like all speaking for humankind.
And then the graphics to it.
Yeah,
This is definitely a roller coaster ride right now. I am not gonna lie. Like,
I didn't expect this at all for sure.
no, not one bit. This is crazy. This is like, what did he say? This is perception. This is exactly what he's talking about. That's exactly what he's talking about in this song. This is what he's doing right now. He's using the exact perception he's speaking about right now to like, wow. Let's get back into this because this is intense.
We were also both constructed
We
in the
were
image of
also
our
both
Creator,
constructed in the image of our Creator.
meaning our behaviors, in some shape or form, imperfectly echo His.
We could assume that this kind of
God has his doubts,
But-
but as the most
powerful
Being in the universe
he has no one above him
to turn to with questions, and no one to
Doubt but himself, an incredibly lonely and isolating existence.
We must only assume that the common thread between God, Lucifer, and us is the desire for more, an eternal curiosity, a desire perhaps birthed from a seed of loneliness. If not, why would we exist in the first place? The constantly looping bittersweet irony is where the
That last question you just proposed.
That curiosity, what would we all exist for just once more? Because for a second I thought there's no need for God to be curious of anything, because from the perspective of like religion and stuff, God is all knowing, knows everything. But then again, like I said earlier, you go back to the perspective of a human being thinking about it, and we're all in the likeness. The curiosity is creating us in the first place to see what's going to happen if I do this. You know what I mean? Let me put in a creature in position to do something that I don't want them to do, so that quite possibly one day they can I could see what happens with him without my control, if that makes any sense. And that is curiosity. So that's kind of crazy. It's kind of fucking crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Bouncing off that, imagine being a god that just you never die, you know everything. Like imagine how boring and repetitive that would be if he does.
If it's like a thought process like us.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I mean, if we're made in the likeness of God, we look like him.
And like he's saying, like emotions too, I guess. Wow.
That'd be boring, man. You'd have to create some kind of creatures to kind of just take your time away.
This man was, I think, how do I go? I want to see how old this is. Just press, yeah.
I got you.
1 year. Wow. So I think like, I don't know how to explain it. Like when I listen to his music, I understand like his illness and stuff. Like, I wonder if that is what takes him to these places.
The dark places for sure.
When he was in that state of mind, when he was well, he's obviously still dealing with it technically, not when he was, while he is, if that's where these type of moments come from. Because I'm sure it's very hard to sit there and like find a light. Like I said that in the other video and certain things, like it's just hard. So it's just like I think I'd be thinking about some deep way off things, and this guy's thoughts are like way out there. Like it's kind of crazy. Like I like it though. I love perspectives of different people. I love perspectives. Like tell me how you perceive the world.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think it's when you're so close to death. All you have to you can't move your body. All you have to live on is the word of God too. You know? Like you're really hoping that this is real, like because that's what you're living for, death. Hopefully all your pain's taken away in the afterlife.
And I don't know, man, because like I respect life. I love life. I try to like live righteous and all that good stuff. But I definitely understand that death is right there. You know what I mean? But it's not like him.
Yeah,
I may feel like I have like an understanding that it's there, it's coming, but he was on the doorstep for real. Not a question, not a maybe, not paranoid or nothing. He was right there. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that definitely does get your mind like going.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? Like you said, why wouldn't I let my mind go to the furthest realms if I'm only going to get to use it for this much more time? That's a perspective in itself. Let's get back into this.
The constantly looping bittersweet irony is whether gifted by some omnipotent God or simply a byproduct of billions of years of evolution, here we stand in 2023 as creatures with free will, the only creatures that understand and define good from bad, creatures with the potential of a God. And what do we do with that free will, my friends? We willingly walk to the edge of a cliff. In the name of progress, we jump off the precipice. The empires we build ravage the earth. The natural order of things are necessary to survive. Any systems which do not honor homeostasis eventually perish. Our free will overrides our own biological instinct. We can take more than we eat. We can kill more than we need. We can willingly create weapons with the potential to burn everything we've built to the ground. We willingly decide to bow at the altar of greed, the most...
Damn, man, with that EDM in the background.
Yo, this guy does not care about, like, there's no censorship over there. There can't be. There can't be censorship like there is here over there.
Well, I think once you reach that stage, there's censorship kind of stops existing, because he's built his own fan base.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So it's gonna get there. Either way, it's necessary because he is not lying one bit. We definitely we allow all of this. We are choosing. We are. You know how I feel about this shit. For everything we choose on a day-to-day basis to allow the way that this world runs to be run that way every day. We just are like, oh yeah, oh we're mad, whatever, but we don't do shit about it. Like it's a fact. We definitely sit back and let greed control all of this shit. We have all of this opportunity and all of this technology, and we use it to build weapons. That's what we spend all of our money on. We don't care about nothing else. Weapons. Let's build weapons. Let's not build anything else. Just build a whole bunch of weapons. And he's not lying.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He, like, does he miss? Call me when this guy misses, like, for real.
I'm excited to see if there is music in this at all.
Excuse me.
It's a great message, though.
To the ground, we willingly decide to bow at the altar of greed, the most insidious and destructive of all sins. We put our faith in corporations who pose as rulers. We willingly allow ourselves to be led by outdated power systems ran by corrupted politicians
and bloated dictators who claim domain and dominion over an open and free land.
We willingly elect the corrupted when the decision was always ours to build something better. We willingly create and impose separation because of beliefs that we are force-fed through our phones and television sets. We always had the will to reject these things, but we adhere to them as though they were the laws of physics. War, famine, pestilence, greed, these aren't things imposed upon us by an all-powerful God or by his demonic adversary. They are here because of us, not because...
What do you think of that right there?
It's the truth. The absolute truth is, oh my God. Yes, nobody is making, like, that's the point of free will.
I mean, you could take that to the animal kingdom, though, bro. Greed is in the animal kingdom as well. Like, if a lion, like, sees a bunch of meat, it's gonna fucking take all the meat, right, from other lions, type shit, or not?
I think you're right, but it also might be that if it's like a king, like the bigger the mane, the bigger the lion, I think some of them would leave it alone and let it eat, depending on how strong it is. I don't know. I might not be right, but I think that's how that shit works. Like if it's like a big mange, it'll kill you and they'll let it eat. But I guess it's just that one. But I wouldn't say that, because there's definitely like hyenas and stuff. They're definitely greedy. You know what I'm saying? Coyotes and all that type of shit. So it makes sense. But still, like, again, it's the free will. People say that like everything has free will, and I'm sure it does, but not to the level of how we do to affect the earth.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no other species can build tools and manipulate its surroundings like humans can.
Yeah, like they've been living with animals living here for years and ain't been fucking up the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We came here, we ain't been here that long. We've been fucking up the atmosphere. As soon as we start getting industrialized, we got all these fucking problems now. You know what I'm saying? So it's different from animals. Like, and then it's really, to me, I'm more geared toward like the part where he's so right. We allow outdated. That was a key word, outdated. That's not our politics. The world we live in today is not governed by the politics people like us who have to actually maneuver in it every day created. It's politics that have been there from people that are outdated, that don't deal with the things we deal with on an everyday basis. And everybody's like, oh my God, why don't they understand? Because they don't fucking live like us. They ain't came to Walmart in 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I see what you're
saying?
saying. I feel like it's kind of natural though that our systems are totally corrupted and messed up right now, but we need leadership. You know, like even back in the Native American days, like they had a tribal council.
Yeah, but I'm sure that
a chief
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I'm sure that they had some type of honor.
Mm-hmm.
They were smaller groups of people, so they probably knew each other. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
It was when it got to kingdoms that it became peasants.
Yeah, that's good.
That's when it started being there's so much people that we don't even know these people that are around us. So I'm sure in those small knit groups that you can hold someone accountable. When's the last time you spoke with the governor of Colorado?
Never.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just a representative for the state, not the whole country. You know what I mean?
That's a great point. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
Like, it's just, again, my man's over here hitting home runs, throwing touchdown passes, like doing everything right now, dunking the ball, like taking Grammys home. Just imagine if he put something out like if he really wanted to try to get on to like to get a Grammy or something. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you'll
sure
never
he
hear
could.
this. You'll never hear this on the radio or nothing like that. You'll never hear it anymore.
Exactly. But if he wanted to, he definitely could.
Yeah.
Or by his demonic adversary. They are here because of us, not because of free will, but because of our inability to use it. We must be motivated to be better, not out of fear of punishment of an eternal damnation, but because the choice exists, because we love ourselves, because we have the power to absolve ourselves of so much unnecessary suffering. Take a second to be in this very moment. In this moment, how much suffering is happening all over the planet right now?
I hope I'm not making anybody mad with all these stops, but I feel it. I got to stop and I got to speak on it. How many times do I say that? How many times do I like when we're having conversations like about the world? Like we're chilling right here. We're chilling in here making this video, enjoying this nice house. There's so much craziness going on around us as we speak right now.
Oh yeah.
And like we gotta appreciate the things that we do have. And we just gotta be better to each other. We gotta treat each other better. Understand that we do. Like he said, we have free will. We're not even using it. Technically, that's so real. He said it was because we're not using our free will. It's there, but yeah, we're not using it. We're not fighting. We're not standing up. We're not saying, hey, we're not accepting this no more. Everybody deserves. Yeah, we need leadership, but we need leadership that cares about people. That's the most important thing.
Well, it's scary to be the first one to stand up, like what's that girl, Greta Thunberg, man? Everyone talks shit about her, but she's really speaking truth.
Yeah, people talk smack about us for sitting here and enjoying music and having thinking and having thoughts about it. So that's just how it's gonna go. It's like, but again, I feel like what he's even getting at is like, why aren't we? You know what I'm saying? What's stopping us? We, like he just said, we have free will. We're not using it. What's stopping us from not standing up? Yeah, I'm scared to be the first one, but am I just going to stand by and watch and continue? If you ever had a feeling in your chest about something, or you needed to say something, and you had to let it out, your body was like, it must come out. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we feel that way about these things? We like sit around and see crazy shit happen, like he's saying, every single day, and we're just like, damn, that sucks, and keep on going.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you, but like I would say, this greater society just feels like, what can they do about it? They feel so small.
We the people. I don't know. That's not the Constitution for everybody, but for us, that shit says we the people.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
That's what it boils down to. But let's let him finish. We're gonna get off subject.
Okay.
In this moment, how much suffering is happening all over the planet right now? How many people are dying of illnesses that could have easily been cured, but aren't because of the selfishness and greediness of humanity? How many people break their backs and reject their own passions to simply afford bills and food? How many of us crave distraction from existence? How many of us numb that pain in whatever way necessary? How many children are being abused? How many people sleep cold and hungry on the streets? How many of us become cogs inside a machine that is destroying itself? How many soldiers have been forced to fight in meaningless wars? How many humans have killed for ideals they don't believe in or understand? How many people have died for the greed of another man? And how much of this was avoidable? As written in the Bible, Satan was not condemned to hell. Satan was condemned to earth. He lives there amongst other creatures with free will, who always had the choice and still chose their own undoing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our self-made hell. The bittersweet irony is this is a creation of our own design. I'll leave you with this. Consider what you have done here today. You have worked together as individuals collaborating to form a giant neural network, a hive mind capable of achieving incredible things. We have lent on each other's strengths to solve puzzles and decipher riddles, and we've done so to win money. Imagine applying that same spirit and determination to creating the closest thing we have to paradise here on Earth. By using the power of collaboration, we can work together to even the playing field for everybody. Our dystopias can become utopias. Our Jahannams can become Jannah. Our hells can become heaven, right here on Earth. And this sentiment applies to atheists, agnostics, and believers alike. Myself, I'm an agnostic who believes. I believe in us. We must do better because we can choose to. We must be better simply because the option exists. Thank you.
Damn, man. That's heavy stuff.
It's man. Every time I hear something from this guy, I like him more and more and more. I like him more and more and more. Because I definitely, like, all those questions he asks, I've definitely sat and asked those questions. I definitely think about that stuff. It's not just us. It's not just, like I said, we're not, we're right here chilling, enjoying this right now, but it's not just us right now. There's a whole world around us. We're always in our little bubble. And sometimes, I don't know, but it seems like people forget that the world still is going on all around us. The whole world, not just Pueblo, not just Colorado, not just, we're in the world. It's all happening right now. Every single moment that's happening is happening right now as we live. And like, I don't know. I don't think people grasp that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like how deep it really is. That I don't think people grasp that. That breath that I just took, it could have been the last one. Like, I don't know. And like this guy understands that very much so. And it's true. We definitely, and he kind of answered your question, like, what can we do? Collaborate. Like we do all the time. Like when we first met, you were like, boom, we got to get together. Now look at us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We collaborate. We got to collaborate and like love each other, respect each other. We are the ones that are together. Like it kind of leads into what I was going to say when I said I was going to get off subject. I'm glad he did it because they got us divided. Once we stop being divided and start working together, that's when shit changes. When there's not people on either side. When we all understand that for the greater good of us and not them. And that's once we understand that, then a lot of things could change. And this, what he's talking about too, is like a very deep individual battle as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
As a person, yeah. Like as a person, how are you? What steps are you taking? What are you doing to try to like change the narrative? Is what I would like to say. It's definitely hard, but there's little things that you can do. Like even like the way I make music. I'm not trying to like glaze myself right now or nothing, but I definitely don't try to talk about crazy stuff. It can, you know what I'm saying? I try to keep the narrative of my music about being positive and growing, not about all the crazy stuff. Every once in a while I'll make a fun song, you know what I like to say, but most of it is thoughtfulness. You know, we all got to grow. We all got to love each other, be together more, and like try harder to like not let this go on. Like, you don't have any children, but if you have like a kid, would you want them to live in the world that we have right now?
No, definitely not. You know, I do want kids one day, and that's what I think of right there. I want them to struggle like I'm struggling.
Like, yeah, and that changes from us. Even as far as we were talking about city council, like that's something that we should really like, boom, you talking about change. You've already put your foot in the door for that. We can definitely be a part of change. We can make it popular for young people where we live to like jump in there. Because I believe that's what'll change things really. If we jump in there and young people jump, then we can start passing things that they don't want to pass, or not passing things that they want to pass because there's more of a vote. It's not a hive mind, like he says. Because the problem is, he said the great thing about a hive mind, you can like put things together, but we use it for the wrong reasons.
Thanks.
Like we need to make hive minds for important reasons, not for stupid popular. Oh, this is popular. Oh, let's all do this. No, this is what needs to be done. So let's all do this.
That's a great point.
What do you think? Because I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I think you're putting out great ideas right there. Yeah, I would love to see all of us run for office and, you know, one day hold a place in it. That'd be so powerful for the city, man. Imagine, you know, we're the first city in Colorado with like an under 40 city council.
Yeah,
like, bro, that's unheard of.
Yeah, technically.
And
that would just be us like connecting with the community, like we've been talking about, and like we're already trying to do. Like I keep saying, like this guy right here, man. Like I would love to meet him one day, bro. That'd be so dope. Like to have a conversation with him in person, like would be so dope because the way he thinks is like, and it's like it's open minded. That's what it is. There's no like prejudice in the way he thinks. It feels like, if that makes any sense. It's completely open minded. Like, it's like, boom, this is how I feel about it, and it is what it is. And everybody has the right to do that. But not everybody is willing to. Not everybody's willing to express themselves like that. I'm sure there's people that have heard this song and was like, oh my God. Once it switched up, they were like, oh my God, they turned it off, got mad at him, all this stuff. That's just everybody's opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with, he didn't say anything wrong. He just said how he feels, his perception, and what he thinks about what's going on. And who can be mad at him for that? You know?
Yeah, I don't think, because he even said himself, he's an agnostic.
Yeah.
Which puts him in the light of, you know, if he would have said he's Christian, then the Muslims would have been mad at him. You know, if he would have said he's if he's Catholic, then I don't know.
He said he believes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all that matters. Like it's not up to us to care about how other people feel about their specific religion. That's how I feel about it. Like if you, whatever religion you are, if you think that next person's wrong and they're not gonna go where you're going when it's all over, what does that got to do with you? Keep living your life and walking on your path and going where you're going.
But don't let that stop you from helping them.
Yeah, like if they want to be helped,
yeah,
that's really important to me. Like if you want to be helped, then yeah, but you can't like force people on anything. You know what I mean? If they just wanna, let's per se burn in hell is what you. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
you can try.
I'm talking about more like struggling people, like starving people. Like
it
doesn't matter if you're in Pakistan and I'm in Colorado. Like you still deserve everything I do.
Oh no, yeah, no, everybody everywhere. There shouldn't be everything. I don't know. It shouldn't even be like he said. What's a war? These people be at war doing the craziest and don't even really know what they're there for. Don't even know why they're there. They're just there doing stuff. They told them to do this and they're just doing it. They don't know. They literally have no idea.
Yeah.
They don't know what it's for, who they're there for. All they know is the person that's in front of them told them to go do that. So they got on this plane, went over here, put on their night vision and went and did some nonsense because somebody told them. And now sometimes they be at home, waking up in the middle of the night paranoid, tripping, still to this day don't know. And it just like, it sucks because it's like they use us so bad in so many different ways too. Not just in one way. They use us all over the board, like literally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's crazy. Like every way that we can be used, we are being used. That's an absolute fact. And that's a problem. And that's why this shit needs to be said and made. Like this wasn't even a song. This was a declaration. Honestly,
he was like he was calling up to us, be like, "Hey guys, are we doing this? Are we gonna make ourselves free of the chains that of society?"
My man be singing, playing instruments, spoken word, rapping.
Beautiful.
It's the most, man. Man, we can go on about this for forever, for hours, but we are gonna. I'm gonna have to sit on this one.
Yeah,
this
me too, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta take a chill pill after that.
This is definitely. Thank you guys so much for telling me that this is the one that you guys wanted from me, man. So after this, how far am I going? Because if this isn't the bottom, then I want you guys to like come together and blow my mind. Blow my mind for the next one. I want the best. I want the craziest, the best. Bring it up. Let's go. And where can they follow you, my man?
Thank you. They could follow me at on Street Champs on YouTube. Hopefully, you put it in the description. But yeah, Julius is on there all the time. He's a host on the Friday show. We do weekly podcast, live podcast every day almost. So go tap into the chat there. And thanks for having me again, bro.
Yes, sir. And you guys are here, so that's great. And again, get in those comments and tell me what you guys want next because that was crazy. that was crazy.
Yeah.
And peace. You guys have a good one.
And those that be thinking I won't, I am. Say to myself, this is not for the gram. Creating some wealth like a pastor to fam. Alchemy, making magic in the lab. Challenging all my limits, who I am. Proud of me, wasn't taught to be a man. Taking these steps to be great cause I can. I won't relate to the fake with some fans. Keep it moving when I think that I can.